my previous job, when I went to the office, like they would, buy these donuts, like, and they were really good donuts. And I tried to tell them, look, I'm trying to do better. Like, please do not bring in donuts, because I'm really trying to like get on my health game, and like, this isn't good for me. Right. We're still bringing the donuts, and then
I'm bringing them in more.
Then they take it out of the box, right, and then put it on my desk, right. So it's like I it's right there,
right.
And I was okay so long as the box stayed closed,
right.
But once that box is open, it's like nah, it's right. It's like once I get one, then I need another one, then another one.
If I go in, I check my tickets for the day, and I'm like, all right, I got about 10 tickets. First thing I do is like, all right, let me go get some snacks,
right.
And then I grab
right.
a bunch of snacks, and I just start, okay, this is going, and I might sit there for hours. I'm just eating, working, eating,
and
working.
You're not thinking about it.
Exactly.
What's going on, tech team? It is Just My Tech Sense, where we talk tech, finance, and lifestyle. I'm WillDoesTech, and I'm joined by my co-host,
JohnnieTech. What's up,
JohnnieTech in the building.
Already.
Round of applause for JohnnieTech being in the building on time and ready to go.
Let's
Discipline.
get it, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. It's
good.
Been a little bit of a minute, but I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Got some good things going on, so
okay.
I'm excited and happy.
All right.
So
all right. So what we talking about today?
What we talking about?
Yeah.
You got that, man. You let us know, man.
Yeah, so one of the things that I want to talk about, and Johnny and I have talked about it more than a couple times over the past year, is the tech industry is not conducive to your fitness goals.
Not at
right?
all.
It's like everything that you are trying to gain, it can be counter to, because just the sedentary lifestyle that it leads you to have, right, just by the very business of being in the tech industry. So we just wanted to talk about whether or not the tech industry is making you fat.
I think it is. just right off. Like, if I had to blame something, I'm blaming the tech industry, man. They get my blame, man. Before I started this tech journey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I was ripped, but I was in pretty great shape. And I was playing ball. I was doing my thing.
Right.
And then, I had to start going into the office every day.
Yeah.
My activity levels just went way down. I didn't notice it at the time. I was like, oh, this is the job. I'm doing whatever. I thought this was a job I always wanted, in the sense of like, oh, I don't want to be out in the elements at all times. Because I've done those jobs too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not great.
And that blue collar work definitely lends to, because you're constantly moving for the most part when it comes to blue collar. And most jobs in the tech industry are white collar. There are some blue collar jobs out there, if you're, running line, cable, that kind of stuff.
True.
Where you're moving, but that's still not.
That's not a majority of your day, unless you're just constantly doing, like, you're a field engineer,
right? And
you're constantly having that many jobs. But to be honest, I haven't worked with them in general, like me doing that, but I work with other people, and it's like they're not doing that the whole time,
right?
And I've done that too, where I was a sysadmin and net admin. It was like, okay, but we need you to go out and you got to run some lines and do some things like that. And that might have been like a one day out of the week or one day out of the month. It wasn't a common thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, for me, I have goals. So one of the things that, I do, or I have in my house, are stand-up desks, right? So it's like, because of that, I had just a regular desk, just like this one here, where I was just sitting all day long. And then, I'd have to get up, and, my watch has been super helpful with saying, hey, you need to stand, or, whatever. But if it wasn't for like those little reminders, then, I would probably be in a worse off situation. Because I've read that, if you put a lot of work in, in the gym, and then you sit for like 8 hours, then all the work that you put in at the gym, it disappears, right? Like, it's like you didn't even do anything. So, to that point, I do believe that the tech market industry it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. And then being in a cubicle environment, right? You're sitting there and you're bored, and people, bringing donuts and candy and all this other stuff.
Brain food, that's what I call it.
Right.
I mean, that's how I work. I had one job, man. It was like, it was good because, like, I worked close to, somewhat of a downtown area, so I was able to walk out the office, and it's all these stores right here.
Right.
So if I go in, I check my tickets for the day, and I'm like, all right, I got about 10 tickets. First thing I do is like, all right, let me go get some snacks.
Right.
And then I grab a bunch of snacks, and I just start, okay, this is going, and I might sit there for hours. I'm just eating, working, eating,
and
working.
you're not thinking about it.
Exactly. Because I don't know why it's a thing. Like, I don't know if everyone in tech does that. I know a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, people bringing snacks to you, like, hey, try this out.
Right.
You know, it could be a tech thing, or it could be an office environment thing, but it definitely happens. And then then it's like they peer pressuring you.
Right.
Like, he ain't gonna try it, man. I made some banana bread today.
Right.
You're not gonna. Then you look like you don't want to be a part of the team. Like,
right. I mean, that was one of the things too. Like in my previous job, when I went to the office, like they would, buy these donuts, like, and they were really good donuts. And I tried to tell them, look, I'm trying to do better. Like, please do not bring in donuts, because I'm really trying to like get on my health game and like. This isn't good for me.
Right.
And they would still, because I'm only one person, they would still bring in the donuts, and then
probably bringing them in more. Like,
well, then they take it out of the box, right, and then put it on my desk, right. So it's like I it's right there,
right.
And I was okay so long as the box stayed closed,
right.
But once that box is open, it's like nah, it's right. It's like once I get one, then I need another one. Then another one, you know what I'm saying?
Like DJ Khaled, man. It just happens.
Another one.
No point intended.
Right. And you don't think about it. You're just sitting there, you're at your desk, you're typing, you're doing your work, and then you're just, munching on donuts.
Right. No, honestly, I'm just going to do it, man. Because, like, we're kind of having a health conversation in a sense. Like, I'm going to go ahead and put my hater hat on. Boom. We all see them dudes in the gym. They're in super great shape, and I'm like, man, they don't got a job. I'm saying it right now. I'm hating a little bit, but I'm like, nah. I'm definitely like, nah, man, he can't be working, man. Like, I'm like, because I'm in my mind's like, well, if I didn't have a job, I didn't have to sit down all day or whatever I was doing, I could really be in the gym. You can always put the work in the gym. I'm not saying that, but I'm definitely hating. I'm like, they don't have to go in the office and like literally sit here all day, every day. Like at one point I started calculating my steps and everything, and I noticed like. I thought like I'll go to the gym in the morning. This is me going to the gym, getting cardio in, all that.
Yeah.
And I looked at my, my Apple Watch is saying, okay, you got about, I think it was like 600. I was like, I'm trying to get 10,000 steps a day. So I looked at my calories was like 600, and then my steps were at like a mile. Yeah. To get 10,000 steps, like it's close to 4 miles. Yeah. I'm like, so then I was like, okay, cool. This is at 8:00 in the morning. I'm done. I go to work. I get done. I'm off work or whatever. I look at my watch. I'm like. You're at like I was at 1 mile. I was like at a mile and a quarter. And I was like, that's it. So I mean, these jobs is like it really is a sedentary job where and it's like it's not like it was a boring day. It's like I'm working the whole time, so it's like things are going on, but you're just not really moving. Right, so it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, even with my current job, I get to the point of if I'm writing different control objectives, if I'm writing them up, and it's like. 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and I'm like, all right, I'm sleepy. I'm thinking about the pantry.
Right.
Okay, what do we have? We have chips and all this other stuff. Again, that's not conducive to.
Right, man. You need that sugar. And then I'm glad you mentioned that because we're only talking about, so we talking about snacks and all that, but in the tech culture, you got energy drinks.
Oh, yeah.
All of these things, all that stuff, all these are calories. Just sitting there, pounding energy drinks to stay awake and do your job. Some of it is boring, right? So people, that's the thing. So it does make you fat, and then it's also really just not that healthy at all either. Yeah. So it's like, and me, I'm in the health, and I know these things, but sometimes you just trying to get your job done, right? You're like, all right, I got to get this done.
Yeah, and if you aren't, eating these snacks, and it's the alternative is falling asleep, right?
I don't know, man. I've always been like that. I'm gonna blame tech, but like even when I was in college, like when I had like. I would do all my homework in like 1 or 2 days. I just get the whole, whatever it is I need to get done. I go to the store, grab some snacks. Yeah. I just work like that. So then now that I have to do it every day, it's like, man, it's rough. So I like.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to work that much harder. You have to be that much more cognizant of, the activity that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And again, not fall hostage to
the potlucks and all that stuff,
right? To the office politics, and again, feeling like I'm not a team player because I'm not participating in whatever everybody else is doing and eating and stuff like that. But yeah, I just for the life of me, I feel like if I were to be more blue collar, then all the goals that I had as far as fitness went, I'd be good.
Right.
I'd be good. But I mean, even here, we're sitting down.
Right. No snacks though. I wouldn't mind, but
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, so if you're, and again, like there are things that you can obviously do to make sure that this lifestyle doesn't take its toll on you in regard to your health. And one of the ones is just if you have a sit down desk, just standing up, stretching, getting some movement, and if there's a place to do air squats or something like that, then just to get that blood flowing and kind of get your body moving. You can do that. And then 2, stand up, have some willpower. Leave the donuts alone.
That's
easier said than done. Easier said than done. Trust me. It took me leaving to get that done.
Right.
But again, easier said than done. But just saying to yourself, your goals are bigger than this said donut or said candy, cake, whatever. Because it's easy to fall into that trap, and I'm not even going to go into like the fun size candy bars because you get one of those and you get 3 of those and you get 5 of those.
Oh man, I ate a whole pack, right?
Exactly. So
one thing I find definitely interesting, like because I've been in different environments, and we do say that like the tech culture, the environment is not conducive to it. But you'd be surprised, there are a lot of like-minded people who are into health, but it's just like you are so sedentary. So like one thing I did at one of my last jobs is like we kind of got into a competition. So we kind of like a group of guys and women as well. We made like a chart and said we're gonna do 100 push-ups a day, and then we kind of kept tracking like for 2 months or whatever. We set these competitions to see like a weight loss competition or just see who could stay on track. And a lot of people will be interested in those things sometimes. It's people who's like, that ain't me. But there are like-minded people who, sometimes want to do that. So it's like a motivation thing.
Right.
And then you have people doing it with you. So you got a couple people in the office, when they bring those donuts in, they're like, you gonna have one? But it's like an accountability thing sometimes. Right. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And speaking of accountability, I think having an accountability partner there at work. So maybe y'all go on a small walk, right? You go outside and just walk the parking lot or whatever space you have to walk. But
man, that's needed too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doing that, like during lunch or whenever you can fit it in, trying to get that done. So there are things that you can do to make it less of an impact regarding your daily work activity. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that? We again, for the life of me, as I get older, I know that everything kind of counts. So sitting down for 8 hours at a time and eating candy or sweets or fatty foods doesn't lend to me trying to live a long, prosperous, healthy life. And I see a lot of, well, I mean, I guess as you said, it can be in any industry, but we're in the office a lot, so I see it a lot.
And I stay on the computer. It's not like we get around to talk too much. You can, but not as much as you want to. Like, and I would kind of say like, just be that guy sometimes. You want to drop down every hour and hit a couple push-ups. Yeah. At least it gives people something to talk about in the office. Like, hey, you ain't doing your push-ups right now? Yeah. So I was that guy sometimes, but then I'm like, man, I look kind of crazy. But at the same time, it kind of something to talk about.
You do look crazy. You do look crazy. And I was that guy for the longest time. Right. Like for the longest time. I mean, even now I got the little push-up stands right here. In the event that I want to do push-ups while I'm, sitting here working. I've always been like that guy. At the same time, I can't outwork a bad diet. Right. So, no, for sure, yeah. All the badness that I'm doing when it comes to, what I'm consuming, it push-ups ain't gonna do nothing for that. Right. Especially
just make people look at you like, man, he's doing all the push-ups and he's not in any better shape.
And it's like people work against you though. They see that in misery loves company, so they bring in more donuts, right? And I probably said donuts like 10 times. Right. That was my weakness for sure. And it's like misery loves company, and they don't want you to hit your goal, so they bring in more donuts. And it's like, yo, now y'all know it's hard for me to say no, but I'm really like upset. But I'm happy when I'm eating these donuts.
Right, man, I'm telling you. Man.
But I'm upset after, and I'm like, can y'all stop? And they don't. And it's like, I don't know if they don't like me, they
doing it because they do like you, man. They're like, let's see if he's really disciplined as he say he is. And
they want to test me.
Yeah, that's the fun part about it too. So that's why I'm saying, like, you're gonna be that guy, but it's kind of fun with it. So it's like you challenge yourself. You got people like I find those things accountable as well. So like if I don't break, they're like, you kind of get that. They will respect you if you don't, They don't care whether you do or don't. But it's
I don't know.
It's cool.
I don't know if there's a respect, but for me, I walk away feeling good.
That's what you think. You're like, they respect me. They're like, they don't care.
Well, they don't. They don't. But I also think at some point when they see that it doesn't affect you, then they stop bringing in the donuts. Right. It's like if it bothers you, they bring it in more, and here you go. But if you're like, nah, I'm good, good, and they're like, oh, this doesn't phase them.
Definitely.
I'm not going to waste my money on these donuts. I want him to get fat.
Right.
He's not getting fat. I'm wasting my money.
Right.
So anyway, what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like the tech industry is a place where you can thrive as far as your fitness goes, or you feel like it's a detriment to your fitness goals? We want to know. So this is Just Our Tech Sense. I'm WillDoesTech, my boy
JohnnieTech,
and we'll talk to y'all later.